Hello, my friends. Today is June the 27th, and this is a psychic reading for you if this is your birth date, June the 27th. I do psychic readings and I do healing work. I've been doing it for 38 years. Check out my credits. I do work out of my office in Albuquerque. I do a lot of internet psychic readings as well. Check it out. This is a 7 to 10 minute long reading for those people born on this date. This is a 4 card pull, a lens card to look at through the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. The lens card to look at this year is Kairos, and Kairos is all about mythic time, synchronicities, the feeling of magical connection that disrupts the everyday and the ordinary. There's ordinary time and there's mythic time. And so, in a conversation, you become so enwrapped in that you lose the track of time, or when something happens that changes your focus completely to this one thing that might last just a second or two, but it blossoms in front of your soul, it blossoms in front of your eyes, it blossoms in your feeling centers to say, I know this. I've been here. I feel this. How do I know this? What is my connection here? What are you telling me to do? Oh, there's magic afoot. This is about believing that you are guided on bigger ways, and sometimes those mythic time pieces come in to shake us up and shake us out and change the trajectory of our lives. And on some level, I think when this card shows up, it's saying your life's going to look a lot different in a year. So be open, be aware, be willing, because if you're not willing, it's still going to do it anyways. And that's, the challenge card is the Wheel of Fortune. Something happens this year that you have no control over. Maybe it's karma if you want to go in that direction, and it's bringing you what you need in order to grow. Maybe it's just the path of enlightenment and spirit saying, but you have to go this way to really find yourself and allow yourself and grow yourself and heal yourself and move into the space that you're really needing to move into. But this is your challenge, to let go and to willfully go forward in surrender toward what is presented to you. There's a hesitancy. There's a maybe it's a fear. Maybe it's a self-judgment. Maybe it's a conditioning. Maybe it's easier to remain in the situation you're in, but yet your soul is clamoring for something else that's suddenly touching it, and you're tasting and you're sensing in a bigger way, and you can't really dismiss this karmic thing that's happening, this synchronous event that's coming, this magical person that's talking to you, this magical event that is restructuring your focus, restructuring your sense of yourself, restructuring your will to go on and actually to pursue something that makes more sense to your integrity, to your structural self, both on a spiritual and a physical level. This is about big movements, psychological, psychosocial, spiritual movements. The Wheel of Fortune comes, and like Ganesha, putting something in your path to make you go in a different direction, or removing an obstacle from your path so that you can go forward in the right way. This is something on that cosmic level this year that says, wow, here it is. You can run with this and find yourself, or you can hide yourself away and think you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or it's not true, or that's just, fictional, and the mind is just playing games on you, and you just have to settle down into your normal everyday life. But I don't think you're going to be allowed to do that in your soul, in your everyday life. The Wheel of Fortune and Kairos both say, be ready for some amazing change. Allow it, surrender to it. And here's the action to take. Snake, shed old skins that no longer serve you, like the snake grows out of their skins, like the snake releases when they've been bound too tight and they can't grow any longer. It's letting go of old judgments, old fears, old pains, old wounds that say you're not good enough, or that you're abandoned by whomever, or that you're bad and evil and sinful, and that you don't deserve to have something nice and something beautiful, or that you just don't believe in something bigger than yourself and something magical from the universe giving you an opportunity. Those are those are things to be jettisoned because they're not truths. The truths are much bigger than that, and you are worthy, and you are ready, and you are able to go forward. And you just have to change some of your beliefs, change some of your own self restrictions, change some of those thoughts that no longer serve you. In essence, die. The snake is a lot about death, dying to the old that doesn't work anymore, dying to what is already dead inside of you and doesn't allow you to have space to grow, doesn't allow you to have room to change, doesn't allow for you to live your life connected to spirit and still walk on the mundane, on the everyday physical level of being in these bodies. You are spirit and you are physical body, and you are dancing this world together. So allow the physical body, the physical mind, the physical restrictions to change for what is better, to change to what is healed and whole. And this is a synopsis card. I love this card. For me, it always represents the three levels of consciousness: the unconscious, the inner child, the child of ourselves that has been wounded and went through trauma and went through judgments and pains, and is running its life through that fear, and that child is often not healed yet, and it's often runs the adult part of ourselves that is just acting out of the inner child's wounds. So it's about looking at those inner child wound patterns. It's about looking at the adult that is now the grown up that says, well, I'll take care of you, inner child, and we won't let those kind of things happen to us anymore, and I'm bigger than that, and I'm wider than that, and I know more than that now. But you have to talk to this inner child. Then there's a little head on top of us that is our kind of super consciousness, our most direct connection to our spirit, our creator, our God, goddess, all that is, however you want to talk about it, our super consciousness that talks from a higher realm, that talks from more sacred places, that teaches us wider levels of being and understanding. And that part of us is also talking to us. But we have to remember that we're both this inner child work, and we're both this super consciousness experience that calls for us to witness through these adult eyes that are both in touch with the wound and the promise, both in touch with the mundane and the sacred, both in touch with the biggest picture and the smallest picture, because it's often the smallest picture that needs to be comforted and soothed and allowed to grow beyond the limitations that we have chosen to put on ourselves. And sometimes it takes a shock to our system, the Wheel of Fortune, a shock or an event or a magical moment. It might be painful, might be amazingly beautiful, but if we're hesitant to go forward and surrender ourselves to it and just stay in our mundane, then we don't do our healing work, and we don't come out in better places. Don't trade, what which might be painful, for something that you don't know, which might be beautiful. You have to trust and go forward, and that's the whole idea around Kairos and synchronicities and mythic times. They're here to help us expand our consciousness, our being, our sacredness, our connection, our spirit in totality. Aho.